wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building that just said he might be related to Leonard McKelvey. We have John Salley here.
The legendary John Salley.
Yes.
Good morning, brother.
Good morning. How you living? How you living?
Blessed,
How
black,
are
and
you
highly
guys
favored.
almost related? That's how you started the show. How?
Well, so my Sally side is from Charleston, South Carolina.
843.
Yeah, and then they live in Waldoboro, and then we live in Smoke, South Carolina. And then I found out Jess Hilarious was down there at the funeral, and so we're all from the same plantation. They go, Charlamagne may be your family.
I can see the resemblance a little bit. You, Charlamagne.
I can definitely see it with Jess.
Mike Kaiser.
No Kaiser. Salute to Kaiser, though.
Oh, I love Kyle.
Now, you
I love
also
Kyle,
said that
too.
Envy's wife loves you.
Yeah, Envy's wife loves me. She
Wow.
does.
Can you add some context to that, Mr. Salley, please?
He started out He loves me. Goodness gracious.
We was
No, he said,
we was
where's
in Miami.
he said, where's my wife?
Where's my wife? We was in Miami, and she was, and I was talking about health, and he was like, I'm already drunk. Get out of there. And he goes, I'm making babies every 5 minutes. So, I just was good. She looked great. And anybody that takes care of their bodies, I always, sit and talk to them. And I know it makes them nervous. I know it makes him nervous because she was talking to me. She was like, how do you do it? And I was like, I wasn't even doing the Mac thing. I was just like, all right, he needs to do this. Remember I was talking food?
Yeah.
And then she was like, yeah, I'm glad, get on him. But, I guess.
No, she's been struggling for a long time, like I said. So
We got another mutual friend, though, the Lisa Barber, the Barber twins.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
And they come over to the house too and get healthy.
Yep.
And when they want their stomach flat, Lisa and Mickey would come over. But I had one of them. I opened up plant-based Planet Health Compton. So we opened up these wonderful vegan restaurants in the middle of the hood.
Wow.
Or the neighborhood is what I call it now. But I'm here to talk about Sneakerella.
yes,
What is
Sneakerella.
So Sneakerella is my favorite film I've ever been in. It's the remake of Cinderella, and it's based here in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
We do a premiere tonight, and it airs on Disney Plus May 13th. And it's a hip-hop musical of Cinderella. It's dope. And it's us of all colors. It's black excellence. It's family. It's generational wealth. And it's a musical. I've always wanted to do a musical.
So you're singing?
I'm rapping at the. I get it in.
Rapping.
I get it in, fam.
Oh, boy.
We call it rapping now, right?
Drop a
But when I
couple
was
bars.
young, it was like I'm rhyming in this.
Drop a
who
couple
wrote your-
bars. Wait,
who
hold
wrote
on.
your lyrics?
Yo, the cats that wrote it literally killed it. I feel like Cardi B. Like I'm gonna destroy it.
Can we hear something? Let's hear something. Come on.
Oh, you want to hear
Yeah,
something?
let's hear something.
Here we go. Sneakerella on May 13th. Disney Plus. No, but seriously, I get to battle. My favorite rapping is battling. Like to the point where I became friends with DNA.
Wow.
Just from always liking his post.
Wow.
Yeah, I went to Beasley and I tried to get down. I loved it and I always wanted to be a part. And I saw a movie. You were in a battle rap movie. Body with Hollow and
Everybody was in that.
Lux.
And Lux.
Yeah, Lux.
Loaded Lux.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what's up.
So your role in this movie is you're like the boss.
I play King.
Okay. So
My name is
explain that.
Darius King. It's my family. And I was a basketball player from Queens. They threw that out. They couldn't make it Brooklyn, but from Queens.
Queens is better anyway.
Yeah,
No,
whatever.
not really.
For light-skinned folks. And I literally am in Manhattan, and my two daughters are in the business with me. It's a family business. And I started my own sneaker in 1990 when I was a Piston, and I won a championship in my own shoe, but we were selling McKinney's shoe store. So for 10 years, Envy, I've been, 5 years ahead of myself.
I never knew you had your own sneaker.
Yeah, man, it was called Osaga. You can see, I had them.
Saga?
Yeah, man, it was out of.
But you have them on now?
No,
I see you reaching down.
I got on my Nikes, and then in the movie, I'm literally wearing these Adidas 84s. But it was a trip because in 1985, I was wearing the same sneaker, and I showed them at Disney. I was a Playboy American, and I was like, look. They were like, look at the Playboy, and I'm in it. It's like, nah, bruh, we can't pull that picture back.
I'm intrigued by that, though. What kind of deal did they offer you in 84 for your own sneakers? 'Cause we always hear the story about Magic and how Magic said he lost out on all the Nike stock because he chose Converse. So how did they
Well,
approach
what
you?
happened is I was with Avia, and David Falk didn't sign me with Nike. And David Falk had everybody with Nike, but it was a new thing called VIA, and I got a nice, $60,000 check. In the '80s was like, like $160,000. And so I did that for 3 years, and I was like, why am I wearing somebody else's shoe when I know they're being made in the same factory? Just like when people go, is that Louis Vuitton real or fake? I go, it depends on what part of the factory, right?
Yeah.
So my brother Ron, God, always us wanting to be our own, and we sold with Kenny shoe stores because the mentality was everybody in our neighborhood should be able to buy them. No one bought them.
So Shaq got that from you?
No.
Oh, Steph Marbury. Who was it?
It was Steph Marbury.
Yeah, all of us felt the same way, that it was too expensive because in Brooklyn you're getting robbed for your shoes. Well, in Queens you do. From
Brooklyn too, yeah.
From Brooklyn Cats. And and so you get that feeling. And so I said you should be able to have a fly shoe, and it also, shouldn't be that expensive because it costs $1 to make a pair of shoes. They just charge you extra for it.
140.
140, yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, God bless Kanye. I love Kanye. Kanye's my favorite person. Not because he's rich, it's because he does what he wants to do. Like I do.
Does
in this
he
movie.
really do what he want to do?
Well, he has. Think about this. Right now, he's in Japan, and we're sitting here. And
What's he doing in Japan?
Literally, whatever he wants.
I think he gives the perception that he does what he want to do.
Well, it's more than perception. Because I put it this way. Everything he said he was going to do, he's done.
That's very true.
He's like, I'm going to record my album in the stadium in Atlanta, and everybody was like, what, is he really doing that?
Yeah, but then you think about it. When you go see an artist anyway, they singing over tracks, so it's the same thing.
Yeah.
They're not really performing. I got an artist named Veda Valley. She's coming out. She's fire. And it's so funny. I think about the
John
music.
Sally's into everything.
No, but I've always been into music. But the reason she's dope is because I know he would like it. And he'd be like, oh, this is smooth. And then she would like it because she's talking to women. And then you would like it because your wife is going to make you like it.
Oh, okay.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Because
But
your
I
wife likes
like
me. That's what you wanted to say.
I watch y'all every day. And I'm like, oh my God. First thing I said to Disney, they were like, well, when we go to New York to do publicity, I was like, Breakfast Club. I don't, make sure. Make sure we get on. My cousin Mike is watching right now.
Salute to Mike.
Are you rapping on Veda Valley's album too now?
Nah, man, I just sit back and watch and listen. I pay real close attention to the way things are. You can't really say a lot like you really want to in this world anymore, but you feel you can. You feel you can. And I listen. The reason I love this show so much is because, one, you still piss people off. And
Not
I love
intentionally.
that. That is such a lie. You do it on purpose because then you
really
give a
don't.
face. He throws it. And I love the guests that come on. And so this is my favorite show next to Sway. And
Thank you.
Shout out to Sway.
Yeah, shout out to Sway. I just like that y'all got this movement going. And I got an idea. What are you going to do? Web3 is coming.
Oh.
I got the
You're gonna be in
metaverse
the
Oh,
coming.
yeah, we got.
We got hooked
Yeah,
up?
yeah.
Good. You
And
know
I know
we
you're
got
doing
ideas
your
for the
Bitcoin
metaverse.
and your cryptocurrency
Yeah.
and NFT. So how's that going? Because I know people are nervous right now.
Well, I started the John Salley Crypto Show. And the reason I did that is to destigmatize and to literally teach us. Because this is the first time you can't say the man is holding us down. Because you literally can be in this business and in the metaverse as someone else, as yourself. Bits and small pieces of money can go places, and then you can explain what money is. Finally, we didn't know what money is. When we talk about what you do with your sons and what you do with your real estate and all that, I'm like, oh, and then Earn My Leisure comes in.
Earn Your Leisure, yeah.
I love those cats. I begged to do the podcast, and they put me down.
No.
I did.
Come on,
I was
man.
on. I was on. I got it.
Oh, you did? Oh,
Yeah, I did.
okay.
Because I liked the fact that they were talking. I talk to 19 Keys all the time.
I
now.
love 19
Yeah,
Keys.
so these young cats that I'm talking to aren't afraid to step out. Back in the day, it used to be like, go to college, get your degree, go to Hampton, steal and cheat, like they do in Hampton University.
Hey, watch it.
A lot of shots fired at the Green's corner over
No,
there.
No, but I loved it, and I like the way they're moving the culture forward. So,
You're saying a lot of good things that I want to go back on. Even when you talked about you can't really say what you want to say nowadays. You can. We always could. But you got to be able to deal with the consequences.
The punishment.
I think you have a lot of people that don't want to deal with the consequences, regardless of whether it's backlash from corporate or maybe a punch in the face. And you a basketball player. You can say what you want to people, but you just got to deal with what comes with it.
Okay. Do you think Kanye was wrong when he said on your show, 400 years? I think that was a choice.
Oh, he didn't say that here.
He didn't say that
that's
here?
TMZ.
I definitely think he was right. That's just factually wrong, though.
Really?
Yes. Slavery was, you got to think about all of the not even economic, all of the societal conditions that existed during slavery. They didn't know where they were. They didn't speak the language. They weren't physically nourished enough with food
organized.
to fight back, weren't organized. They didn't know what to do.
Do you believe it was a choice?
I think we still do a lot of it today. When we have chances or opportunities to organize, to move in a direction, we pull against ourselves.
That's
So
true.
you think the meaning of what he said was
that's what he was
interpreted
saying.
wrong?
But see, we got to stop doing that with people. It's not about what you meant to say or what we think you said. You should be able to use your words properly to communicate your point.
And this is why I'm happy to be on the show. Did I tell you guys I was on Sneakerella Disney Plus?
Yes, May 13th.
I thought I get that.
Yes.
And
That's me and
VH1
my wife's
for
anniversary,
couples retreat.
by the way. That's our
Really?
anniversary, May
Oh, what a
13th.
coincidence. Did you plan that?
Oh yeah, I did plan it. This is what I realized. My daughter, one of my daughters, Tyler, when she says things, and I have to realize at 25, they're sensitive a different way. Jokes that used to work won't work. Right? The way we would make jokes, and she would be like, "Well, it was never really funny. It was awkward, and people didn't know whether to laugh or not." And I realized that sometimes, and I go, "Oh," and then you're a little bit more sensitive to everybody, and when you're a little bit more sensitive to everybody, you become like, can I step out in the street? It's almost like double dutch. Like when is your time to jump in? But if you're not silly in your comment and you have a reason to back it up, and everything becomes discord. Every single thing you're saying becomes this. It becomes almost an argument, almost at a point, almost a debate. I watch this. And I pay attention, and I look at where the sensitivities are and where the scapegoats are, where it's easy to get out to say something and move away. So I like that I'm doing it. And the best thing about me doing my own show, that's why I asked you guys, is literally my crypto show is going to be an NFT. So you're going to have to buy the token. I'll be back here in June for NFT New York. You're going to have to get into this world. And this world is consumer to me. I don't have any in between. I love iHeart. I do. I wish they would give me a deal again.
What, the podcast or something?
But then that's another thing. A lot of people say, well, we want you to talk sports. And I was like, the last time I played in the NBA was 22 years ago.
You don't like talking sports?
For free? No.
I love you on Vlad TV, though.
Me too. I love me. Vlad, and check this out.
I love me.
I love Vlad, man.
Me too.
Everybody
Salute
else.
to Vlad.
Like I would fill in at places, and they would be like, thanks, I said, well, what's the check? And they go, well, no, you're just filling in. I go, hold on. Dude's on vacation, right? Paid. I'm filling in a spot where he gets paid to do this. This is when I was on ESPN. And you're not going to give me a check? Stephen A. was the only one to make sure I got a check.
Wow.
And so I'm leaving here and going to Stephen A. I won't do the rest of them. If you're going to have me on, I did this show because he's family. He just doesn't know it. I did this show
because of Gia.
Gia loves you.
His wife just thinks I'm the man. No, I love the whole dynamic, and I do this because I love the show. I like watching the show. But everybody else, you got to pay me.
But do you even like the NBA now? Does it seem too soft?
Well, it's
all
not.
these texts, everybody suspended. Like y'all would never play if it was these rules.
But this is another thing. The league is now international, so you can't show insubordination. This 300 million Chinese people in China watch this a night. You can't show anything that, hey, we can be like that.
Never thought about this.
Yeah, you gotta sit in line, because now we're not just I'm tired, I hung out last night, the old way we used to do things. These guys are Fortune 500 companies, right? To see Ja Morant jump that high, I just trip out when I see this kid. And I tell my wife, I said, yo, this dude is unbelievable with his usher-looking dad. But his dad is like, yeah, I made you jump higher.
But if he would have dunked on you, like if he would have tried,
I would have punched him in the stomach. No question. Michael Jordan dunked on me, and I said, next time you go up, I'm taking you out of the air. Next time he went up, I took him out of the air. You're not going to embarrass me in front of my mother on CBS again? That's not going to happen. Like when he dunked on me, I tried to take the ball out real quick. I was so mad. And then he stood there and did all that. I'm like, don't do that. People know you dunked on me. And I'm going down court. I said, swear to God, money, next time I'm taking you out of the air. Yeah, I got you. And the next time I took him out of the air, I didn't hurt him. I just didn't let him dunk on me again.
Did you ever used to do that where you would be out all night and say, I don't feel like playing?
I didn't hang out a lot all night. I would go, I didn't smoke weed until my last month in the NBA, and I was really particular about, taking care of my body. And I would fly girls in. So there was no reason to go out. Truthful. But I wasn't into that. I would go to comedy joints, try to learn my timing. Glenn Rice and I, we both had just gotten married, so we would go to the movies. And
people don't talk about him enough.
Yeah, I know.
He's big in the franchising world too, right?
No, that's
Jamal Mashburn.
That's Mashburn.
Okay.
Glenn Rice used to play at real three-pointer, played at Michigan, one of my favorite teammates ever.
Yeah, I know he played Michigan, he played for Miami. I don't know why I thought he was big in the franchise.
No, he's down in Miami. I loved him. Who else did you have on? And I would just literally know that my next life was entertainment. So if it wasn't an entertainment, like I love strip joints. It was one of my favorite places. But when I was 25, but when I got to like 27, 28, 29, I knew,
that's real.
What am I going to do next? And it's not going to be in a strip joint.
I love y'all generation, man, because it feels like, I don't remember this before, but I love seeing the players be the commentators now. Because it's like you're controlling your narratives and y'all understand the players better. Like I love what you do, all the smoke, Jalen Rose, even inside the NBA with Charles, Shaq, and Kenny. That's what we need.
Yeah, I talked to Steven Jackson yesterday. I did a show with them on Monday, he and Matt Barnes. But I talked to Steven.
That's all the smoke.
Yeah.
Yep.
But they had another, we did one, we picked our own 75. They asked me because they left a lot of people out. But Steven Jackson, I was watching this show and Dame Dash made him get up and showed him he can act.
Yeah.
Yo, the kid is bananas. And I told him, I said, hey, man, I'm producer now. We're going to make our own films. And I got this movie with my boy. It's called 360 that I've held for 20 years. And I got my boy Dominique Morales up here in the Bronx, outside the Bronx. We're literally just going to start doing movies where, you don't have to have a gun pointed sideways. And, it's a different move. It's a different move. Like when I loved your film. What was it called again?
Body.
I love Body. I did. I thought it was great and creative.
That's my man Joseph Kahn. I was the producer on it too, but Joseph Kahn was the EP. Eminem was the EP too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty slick.
Yeah.
That's pretty. You doing it, man? How many shows you got? Are you Jamaican? You sure?
No, I just be out here working, man.
Aren't you also in the cannabis business now too?
Yeah, my daughter and I own Deuces 22, and my daughter's in the top 50 women in cannabis, according to High Time, before 25 years old. Wow. But this is the deal. I made it a television show because trying to get people to understand that, you see how you drop that in, it's like, oh, it's more to listen to. My daughter kept thinking, if you're going to invest in my future, then this is what I want to do. And they don't teach cannabis 101 in college.
No schools.
Right. They teach bad cannabis in college. You get the wrong things. So we did a show destigmatizing it and showing us the making of the brand and how we're building family wealth, how we're building a family business. My other daughter, Taya, is going to be a model. My daughter, Giovanna, just got back into singing. And then my other daughter, Sasha's in UFC.
You got 4 daughters?
Yeah, never know. You never know.
I got 4 too. Emmy got 4 too.
Yeah, I know, man. Is that crazy?
No,
yeah.
I know how I used to live.
Yeah, and the deal is you don't want dummies in the house. That's why I don't have any sons.
I got 2 sons though. I got 4 daughters, 2 sons.
2 dummies. You remember how dumb you was? When you get older, you start realizing that's what she was thinking. Oh man, I'm a dummy. Yeah, I was a dummy. I didn't realize I was a dummy. So now I live in this really wonderful world. And then What I tell him about his books. He don't get in touch with me. I had him behind me, and I was doing the show.
I said, I hit you up. I said, man, thank you. I was souped up.
I so loved his books. It's ridiculous.
I was like, yo, John Salley got my books behind him. I was souped up.
Yeah, I wanted to read them. I just make sure that you got it right. Because if it was whack, I was gonna be like, yo, son, don't do it. Don't do it like it. So I can't wait. Envy's gonna give me his book.
Yes,
Yeah, we can't wait till you read
You
that
didn't
one.
send it to you already?
Yo, shut up, man.
No. He's not gonna give me the book. Real Life, Real Love. He's not gonna give it to me with my wife. He's sitting there with my.
And his wife is from Brooklyn.
Yeah. No, man. I've watched it, and I was in the car. I did the car show with Adam Carolla, and I was in the cars. And when I was in Detroit, I had 60. And so I had the old schools, and then I see you with these really, really expensive cars, and I'm like, man, this kid is living my life. But you do the hard work. You got insurance, getting them back and forth. People not understanding what you have.
Full team. 6 cities this year.
Really? Yeah. What? Flex used to do that too, right?
Yeah, he used to back in the day.
And then he stopped, and then you picked it up, not realizing why we stopped doing that.
Yeah, I did a little different. Mine is more family. I got 6 kids, so it's not just cars. It's amusement rides, it's games. I bring NASCAR to show the kids how to do the pit crew stuff. We teach the kids how to double dutch. It's more about family. Like I said, I got 6 kids. I bring my daughter. After 10 minutes, she's like, Dad, I'm bored. I want to leave. But now there's jumpies, there's amusement rides. My son could game with other kids his age, and they can meet family. So that's why we do it.
Oh, that's pretty dope. You believe that?
No. Yeah, what do you mean? Do I believe he does it for the family?
Yeah.
Yeah, that and
all
money.
those kids get a check, just like the Kardashians.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
What's wrong with
Put it on camera, son.
But I mean,
put it on camera.
I can't knock him because what does Disney World do? What does Six Flags do? It's the same thing.
Yeah, I'm just messing with you, but I do dig it. I do.
Sneakerella's a family-oriented movie.
100%. And
on
the best thing on Disney Plus on May 13th, Friday 13th, which happens to be
Friday the
me and my
13th.
wife's anniversary.
right.
Wow.
Envy and one of my wife's
Now, love, peace, and call sheets. I love that hoodie.
Yeah, man. I met with this young lady yesterday, Cleo, and she's a director. I was down here in the Village, and I saw that Regina King had it, and I found out what it was. It was this black filmmakers, and in this film, man, this is black excellence. And we had a great director, and Liz Rosenbaum, who also was a producer. And, they had come at us because it was a white woman directing it. And I was like, dog, we're going to go over this again? They did this with The Color Purple. Like, cut it out. If the direction comes out, and I do. I want black directors. I want black producers. I want black stories. I want blackety black. I love it. But if we keep doing the separate thing, not saying we shouldn't figure out our own, but if we only think one way, then we're going to be, one-dimensional. And
I agree.
We shouldn't be. I think the movie is great. I think the message of us gets out. And you get to see me in my favorite movie. And you get to see me, I did some steps too, Envy. They cut that because it was whack. Iman Shumpert is anomaly. The fact that he won Dancing with the Stars. I was watching it like this.
Wow.
Right? 7-footers shouldn't dance like that. We should two-step. We should two-step and buy drinks. That's it.
That's crazy because y'all
Taylor,
think about all the 7-footers that's so graceful on their feet, especially in this era.
But not when you're doing the hottie, not when you're doing the waltz and the girl is at your belly button.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't. But he killed it. He's the only 7-footer or 6'10" person I think should.
Not that tall.
He's 6'10". He's shrunk. Well, LeBron is 6'10". He's 6'7". Still, you saw what happened when Clyde and Kareem got on the show and Master P. We shouldn't do that. But we shouldn't do that. But in this, I got to, I was MC.
John, you gotta go. You got another show.
I know. I was MC Johnny T.
He's going to get a
and
check.
I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
You gotta go do Stephen A's World?
Yeah, I gotta go argue with Stephen A.
You doing First Take or you doing?
First Take.
Oh, I gotta tune into that.
He started with us on Best Damn Sports Show, and then he became big time and makes $80 million a year now.
Oh yeah, you gotta go. That's live.
I know. Almost
All
make
right,
as much
we
as
gotta
you,
let him
Salley.
out of here.
Well, it's John Salley. We appreciate you.
Sneakerella, Friday the
Sneakerella.
13th.
It comes out Friday, May 10th,
On
May 13th for my anniversary.
Disney Plus.
His wife will be watching it.
I know. Charlamagne, I got your flag over here.
It's the Breakfast Club.
It's
John
all
Salley.
inclusive.